What if I told you that everything you need to achieve your wildest dreams is already within your grasp? That one small decision you make every day could completely shift the course of your life. That's right, just one tiny habit could be the key to unlocking everything you've ever wanted. Imagine it, no more waiting, no more excuses. All it takes is one step, and that step starts today. Let me tell you a story about someone who turned their life around with a tiny habit. Not a drastic makeover, but something simple yet profoundly impactful. Picture someone who decided to start every day with just 1 minute of focus. That 1 minute sparked an hour of productivity. And before long, those small moments stacked up, leading to days filled with purpose. It wasn't some magic formula. It was just one decision that led to the next, creating an unstoppable ripple effect. You see, small actions compound into massive results, if you let them. Today, I'm going to talk to you about a tiny habit that can change everything. It's simple, yet incredibly powerful. If you embrace this habit, I promise you, your life will never be the same. You'll experience momentum like you've never felt before. But here's the thing, it won't happen overnight. It won't be easy. But if you stay committed, no matter how small the action, you'll find yourself building unstoppable momentum. And once that momentum starts, there's no stopping you. This tiny habit, it's the game changer you've been waiting for. A habit is more than just something you do repeatedly. It's a tool that can either hold you back or propel you forward. Think about it. Every action you take today, no matter how small, shapes the person you will become tomorrow. And let me tell you something. Successful people don't get to where they are because of one big effort. They get there because of the little habits they practice every single day. Habits create your future, and they have the power to change the direction of your life. So ask yourself, what kind of habits are you building today? Success isn't built on one huge effort. It's built on tiny habits that, when stacked on top of one another, create massive change. Think about compound interest in the stock market. Small deposits every day over time build up into something extraordinary. Your habits are no different. If you can commit to just one small action each day, one tiny habit, you'll begin to see the results add up. You won't notice the change at first, it's too subtle. But in a few weeks, a few months, you'll look back and realize that those tiny moments, those daily choices, have led you to a completely new reality. Imagine deciding each day to make one small positive habit part of your routine. It's not about perfection, it's about consistency. And that consistency, it's what will ultimately bring you success. The more consistent you are, the bigger the results. It's the tiny actions over time that bring about huge transformation. Now let's flip the script for a moment. If small habits can lead to success, the opposite is also true. The truth is, if you don't control your habits, they will control you. Every bad habit you form is a brick in the wall between you and your goals. Maybe it's hitting snooze in the morning. Maybe it's procrastination. Maybe it's choosing the easy route over the hard one. Each time you choose the path of least resistance, you're investing in failure. But here's the truth you need to face. If you don't start controlling your habits, they will keep you stuck in the same place. Always dreaming, but never doing. Every single choice you make, no matter how small, sets you on a path. Where do you want that path to lead? The truth is, your future is shaped by your habits. Each decision today is a seed for tomorrow's reality. You don't need to make massive changes right now. You just need to decide today that you will take one small positive action that aligns with your goals. Because when you do, your future begins to shift. Your trajectory changes. And that's the power of habits. It's not some elaborate system, it's simple. The tiny habit I'm talking about is as easy as deciding to start your day with intention. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be complicated. It's as simple as committing to take 1 minute to focus, to set your mind on the day ahead. That 1 minute will trigger the next. And before you know it, you'll find yourself living a day of purpose, not just going through the motions. You might think it's too small to matter, but trust me, this habit will build the momentum you need to make the rest of your day count. When you start your day with intention, you are consciously guiding your energy, your focus, and your actions. It's a small shift in mindset that has a massive impact on the rest of your day. Think about it, how many times have you woken up, rushed through the morning, and ended up feeling chaotic by midday? Now imagine starting the day with a calm, clear intention. Just 1 minute to center yourself, to set a goal, to say, today I will be focused. Today I will move closer to my goals. It may sound simple, but when you harness the power of intention, you harness the power to transform your life. Let me tell you about how some of the world's most successful people use this habit daily to fuel their productivity and achieve their goals. People like Tim Ferriss, Mel Robbins, and countless others begin their day with intention. They set their minds on the outcome they want to achieve, whether it's finishing a big project, taking care of their health, or simply being present in the moment. They figured out that how you start your day shapes everything that follows. They know that if you start with purpose, you'll finish with power. And that's what makes them unstoppable. One small decision leads to another. You might think it's insignificant, but once you start with intention, you'll notice everything else starts to fall into place. You'll start waking up with more energy, more clarity, more drive. Your confidence will grow as you take action every single day, even if it's just one small step at a time. That's the domino effect of this tiny habit. It doesn't just change your mornings, it changes your mindset, your actions, and ultimately, your entire life. You're scared it won't work. You're afraid of failure, but the reality is that not trying is the biggest failure of all. Fear of starting, fear of failure, fear of what people might think. These are the things that keep us from stepping into our power. But I need you to hear this: nothing will change unless you take that first step. The fear you feel is normal, everyone feels it. But the key to overcoming that fear is to move through it, not avoid it. You can't wait for the perfect moment to start. There will never be a perfect moment. The time is now. You'll tell yourself you don't have time or you're too busy, but here's the truth: if you wait for perfect conditions, you'll never start. The perfect time will never come. And even if it does, it's not going to magically make things easier. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Start now. Even if it's just 1 minute of focus, 1 minute of action, that's the key. Taking that first step, no matter how small, is how you build momentum. It's the courage to move forward that matters. The key is to take that first step, no matter how small. That's how you build momentum. One courageous action at a time. You don't have to be perfect, just keep going. That's how progress is made. Not through grand gestures, but through daily persistence. It doesn't matter how fast you go. What matters is that you keep going. Consistency is what wins in the long run. Just like money in a savings account, small actions compound over time. The more you put in, the greater the return. Every time you choose to take one small action, you're investing in your future. You might not see immediate results, but keep going. Keep stacking those small actions, and eventually the returns will be massive. The compound effect is real, and it's working for you, whether you see it right away or not. Each small win builds confidence, and confidence fuels the next action. It's a cycle of success that's impossible to stop once you get it started. When you prove to yourself that you can follow through, that you can stay consistent, your confidence grows. And when your confidence grows, you're more likely to take even bigger actions. Success breeds success. Momentum is a force that can't be ignored. Once it's in motion, nothing can stop you. One tiny habit is the spark that ignites it. You might not feel unstoppable right now, but the truth is, momentum is the secret weapon of all successful people. They don't rely on motivation. They rely on momentum, and momentum is built through consistent action. A year from now, you'll look back and realize that one tiny habit started today was the turning point that transformed your entire life. You can't see the future right now, but trust me, if you start today, your future self will thank you for it. Every small action you take today adds up. It's like planting seeds for your future success, and those seeds will grow into something powerful. When you commit to someone else, you're more likely to follow through. You don't have to do this alone. Find a partner who will push you. Accountability is key. If you make your goals known, if you ask someone to hold you accountable, you're much more likely to stick with it. Find that person who will challenge you, support you, and remind you why you started in the first place. If you want to be successful, surround yourself with people who believe in you, challenge you, and won't let you quit. You need to be around those who will push you, who will inspire you, and who won't let you settle for less than your best. The people around you will either elevate you or hold you back. Choose wisely. Write it down. Track your wins. Celebrate your progress. The more you see your growth, the more inspired you'll be to keep going. Keeping track of your progress is a powerful tool. It keeps you motivated, and it reminds you how far you've come. Don't forget to celebrate every win, no matter how small. Those small victories add up, and they build the momentum you need to continue. This tiny habit is the start of something big. The smallest decisions are often the most powerful. And when you commit to building that habit, you are committing to your success. So take that first step, because once you do, there's no turning back. A habit is something you do automatically. It's a shortcut your brain has created to make things easier, so you don't have to think about every little action. But here's the truth. Your habits are shaping your life whether you realize it or not. Every small action you take, every decision you make, they're either pushing you forward or holding you back. It's not just about the big moments. It's about the tiny everyday decisions that compound over time. What habits are you unknowingly reinforcing today? Are they habits that align with your goals? Are they leading you to success or leading you down a path you'd rather not take? Take a moment and think about it. What do you do every morning? Do you wake up and check your phone, scroll through social media, or do you get up with intention, focused on what you want to achieve? You see, your habits are already shaping your life. Whether you're aware of it or not, every single day you're building something, whether you like it or not. Habits influence your actions, your decisions, and your mindset in ways you might not even realize. Let me paint you a picture. When you wake up and immediately check your phone, that's a habit. It's a small action, but done repeatedly. It sets the tone for your entire day. It determines your energy, your mood, your focus. It's easy to overlook these small moments, but over time they shape the person you're becoming. Think of each habit like a brick in the wall of your success or failure. If you're laying down bricks of good habits, you're building a strong, unshakable foundation. But if you're laying down bricks of bad habits, you're building a wall that will eventually stop you from reaching your potential. Every little habit counts. The power of small habits is undeniable. It's the little things done consistently that lead to big changes. You might think it's not the big actions that matter, but every time you choose to read instead of scroll, take a walk instead of procrastinate, you're making small decisions that lead to massive results over time. Those seemingly insignificant actions build momentum, and over the course of months or years, they will have shaped your life in ways you can't even fully appreciate in the moment. How many small positive actions can you start adding to your day right now? Think about it. What's one tiny habit you could introduce today that would improve your life tomorrow? It's not about perfection, but consistency. It's not about making massive, dramatic changes overnight, but about setting up a pattern of small wins that add up. The difference between success and failure is in the habits. It's not talent. It's not luck. It's the small choices you make every single day. Success doesn't happen by accident. It happens because someone decided every single day to build good habits, habits that compound over time. You can look at successful people, whether it's athletes, business leaders, or artists, and you'll see the same thing. They made the choice to create habits that serve their goals. Ask yourself, are your habits working for you, or are they working against you? The path to success isn't about having a few big, grand moments. It's about what you do consistently, day in and day out. It's about the habits you choose to make part of your routine. So the question becomes, what habits are you choosing today that will define who you become tomorrow? The habit I'm talking about is incredibly simple, yet so powerful. It's the habit of starting your day with intention, taking just 1 minute to focus, breathe, and decide on your number one priority. That's it, just 1 minute. It may sound like a small, insignificant change, but trust me when I tell you that it can change everything. What if I told you that the key to unlocking a better life takes just 60 seconds of your morning? This tiny habit, when practiced every day, has the potential to create a foundation for a life that's more focused, more productive, and more in control. This is something anyone can do. It doesn't require special skills, resources, or training, just the will to make that one decision each day. I'm going to start today with intention. This tiny habit works because it taps into one of the most powerful forces we have, our mind. When you start your day with intention, you're setting a direction for your mind. Think about it. If you wake up and dive straight into the chaos of the day, you're reacting to life instead of creating it. But when you take that 1 minute to decide what matters most to you, you're shifting your mindset from reactive to proactive. Let's talk about why this works. Neuroscience tells us that when we set an intention, we prime our brain to focus on what's most important. It's like programming your brain to look for opportunities that align with your goals. Think of your mind as a car engine. Without setting a clear direction, you're idling in neutral. But when you start your day with intention, it's like hitting the gas pedal, pushing you forward in the direction you want to go. By taking control of your focus first thing in the morning, you are setting the stage for success in everything you do. You're not just reacting to events, you're actively choosing your response. And this simple shift can make all the difference in how your day and your life unfolds. Think about the most successful people in the world. They don't let the day control them. They take control by deciding early on what's important, and the momentum builds from there. Whether it's athletes, business leaders, or artists, they all have one thing in common. They start their day with intention. They wake up, take a moment to clear their minds, and commit to one priority that will drive them forward. This habit doesn't just show up in the lives of the ultra-successful. It's something you can implement right now, today, to create a sense of purpose in your own life. And here's the thing, when you begin with intention, the entire day shifts. You move from just going through the motions to taking purposeful action. Can you imagine how much more in control you'd feel if you made that simple, powerful decision every morning? It's a game changer. 1 minute can set the tone for everything that follows. Starting your day with this habit doesn't just end there, it creates a ripple effect. When you choose to start your day with intention, you'll feel more focused, more confident, and more productive. The momentum starts to build. One positive action leads to another, and suddenly, your day is off to a great start. But here's the real power of this habit. The more you practice it, the more you start to see how it compounds over time. Each day, you're stacking small wins, creating unstoppable momentum. You might not see the full impact right away, but trust me, every day you begin with intention, you are setting the stage for bigger wins in your future. What if the small wins you create first thing in the morning could give you unstoppable momentum for the rest of your life? What if that 1-minute habit was the key to unlocking your full potential? It's all within your grasp, and it starts with the decision to take control of your day every single day. The beauty of this tiny habit is that it's accessible to anyone. It's simple, free, and incredibly effective. It doesn't require any special tools, knowledge, or preparation. It's something you can implement today, and it's something that will pay dividends in the long run. The key to transformation, the key to unlocking your greatest potential, could be as simple as the way you start your morning. So let me ask you this. What's stopping you from starting tomorrow with intention? What's stopping you from taking that 1 minute right when you wake up to set the tone for the day? The power to change your life is in your hands, and it starts with this one tiny powerful habit. It's not a matter of waiting for the right time. The time is now. Start today. You'll tell yourself you don't have time. You'll say, I'm too busy. Or maybe you think this small habit isn't worth the effort. But let me tell you something. You're already building habits, whether they're helping or hindering you. Every day you're making choices, big or small, that shape your future. So don't fool yourself into thinking that change requires an extra amount of time you don't have. The truth is, it's not about how much time you have, it's about what you do with it. You can make the smallest shift in how you use your time, and that shift will lead to a massive transformation. How many times have you told yourself, I don't have time? What if I told you that what you do with that time matters more than how much you have? Time is not the problem, it's how you choose to spend it. You can't keep waiting for the perfect moment to start. That moment is now, right now. You have everything you need to begin. The only thing standing between you and change is the choice to take action. You're afraid of failure. You're afraid it won't work. But here's the reality. If you don't try, you're guaranteed to fail. The only way to fail is to do nothing. Fear of failure is a silent killer of progress. It paralyzes you, keeps you stuck, and prevents you from even attempting to make the change you know you need. Let me ask you, what if the only real failure is not even trying? What if failure isn't something to be afraid of, but something to learn from? Failure doesn't define you, it refines you. Every successful person you know has failed, time and time again. But they didn't let that fear stop them. They learned from it, grew from it, and kept going. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be willing to try. The moment you decide to face that fear head on, you open the door to success. Don't worry about doing it perfectly. Worry about doing it every day. Consistency is the true power behind lasting change. When you're starting a new habit or trying to build something new, the first steps are always the hardest. You won't see instant results, and that can be discouraging. But remember this, small, consistent actions compound over time. Building a habit is like planting seeds. You may not see the results immediately, but with consistency, you'll see the garden grow over time. The power lies in the small daily actions that might seem insignificant now, but over time will lead to transformation. Consistency wins. It doesn't matter if you don't have it all figured out. It doesn't matter if you mess up. What matters is that you keep showing up day after day. The results will come, but only if you stay committed. The moment you decide to take action, your mind will fight you. It will remind you of every excuse, every fear, every reason why you shouldn't. That's normal. That resistance is part of the process. The key to growth isn't avoiding the discomfort, it's pushing through it. Can you push through the discomfort knowing that on the other side is your success? The more you act in the face of resistance, the weaker that resistance becomes. Every time you push through, you become stronger. The only way to break through is to act anyway. The path to success is paved with discomfort, but it's also paved with breakthroughs. When you're able to keep moving forward despite the fear and the doubts, you'll find that what seemed impossible is now within reach. So don't let resistance hold you back. Don't let the excuses, the fears, or the doubts stop you. You are stronger than those obstacles. You can overcome them. And when you do, you'll unlock a version of yourself you never thought possible. Now is the time to act. No more waiting, no more holding back. Push through. You've got this. 1 minute of focus leads to an hour of productivity. 1 hour of productivity leads to a day of success. And before you know it, that tiny habit has transformed your entire life. Let me tell you something. Small actions are the spark that can set your world on fire. They might seem insignificant in the moment, but when you add them up, the effect is massive. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill, starting small but growing bigger and faster the further it goes. What if I told you that all it takes is one small step to start a chain reaction that leads to everything you've ever dreamed of? 1 minute, one action, one decision. That's all it takes to ignite the momentum that will carry you forward, past every obstacle, past every doubt. The compounding effect of small actions stacked on top of each other creates unstoppable momentum. It's not about doing it all at once. It's about doing it every day, even when it feels like nothing is changing. Imagine yourself a year from now looking back and realizing that this tiny habit, the one you thought was insignificant, was the spark that set everything else on fire. Picture your future self, the person who's living the life you've always dreamed of. How did they get there? Not through big leaps, but through small, consistent actions that led to massive, undeniable results. The future you want is like a garden. What you plant today will grow and bear fruit tomorrow. Your consistent actions are the seeds. Every choice you make today is shaping the life you'll live tomorrow. When you make the decision to start small, you're planting the seeds of your future success. And just like a garden, the results won't appear overnight. But if you keep tending to it, keep showing up, keep putting in the effort, you'll start to see your dreams bloom. When you start small and stay consistent, you become a force of nature. You become unstoppable. Imagine stacking small wins one after the other. Each win, no matter how small, gives you more power, more confidence, more momentum. You begin to gain strength that can't be broken. The path you're walking becomes less of a struggle and more of a surge forward. How powerful would you feel if every day you stack tiny victories that make you unbeatable? Small wins, when they're stacked up, create an unstoppable force. You start gaining momentum that doesn't slow down. And with that momentum, there's no limit to what you can accomplish. Do you believe that the small habits you commit to daily will create the unstoppable version of yourself? The momentum is already there. It's within you, just waiting for you to take the first step. When you keep showing up, even for the smallest task, you're building the foundation for something extraordinary. One step, then another, and before you know it, you've reached the peak of your potential. The small actions you take today are the building blocks of your future success. Keep pushing forward, and nothing can stand in your way. Let me tell you something. You're not meant to go through this journey alone. Success, especially long-term success, thrives in the company of others. You might think you can handle everything on your own, but let's be real. There will be days when your motivation runs dry. There will be moments when you feel like quitting. But here's the thing. Accountability will be the force that keeps you going, even when you don't want to. When you share your goals with someone else, a friend, a mentor, or even a coach, you open the door to something powerful: responsibility. You have someone who will hold you to your word. They won't let you off the hook when it gets tough. They'll remind you why you started, and they'll challenge you to keep pushing forward when you're tempted to settle. Ask yourself this: who do you have in your life who will hold you accountable? Do you have someone who won't let you get away with making excuses? Someone who won't let you quit, even when it's easier to do so? That's the power of accountability. It transforms a goal from a wish into a reality. So don't be afraid to ask for help, because in the end, that help is what will lead you to the success you're aiming for. Now, let's talk about the people you surround yourself with. You are the sum of the people you spend the most time with. And if those people aren't pushing you to be better, then it's time to make a change. Surrounding yourself with the right people is critical, because they either lift you up or drag you down. Think about it. When you surround yourself with people who encourage you, who believe in your potential, it's easier to keep going. They remind you of your worth when doubt creeps in. They celebrate your wins, no matter how small, and they push you to strive for even more. These people will help you stay on course when you want to quit. Now think about the last time you felt energized and motivated. Who were you with? Were they the people who supported you, who helped you believe in yourself when the odds were stacked against you? Now, imagine being surrounded by that kind of energy every single day. Imagine having a support system that amplifies your efforts instead of draining them. This is the difference between success and stagnation. So choose wisely. Surround yourself with those who push you forward, not hold you back. It's time to get intentional about your support system. You can't expect to achieve great things if you're constantly surrounded by people who don't align with your goals. Your circle doesn't have to be huge, but it needs to be strong. It's about the quality, not the quantity. You need people in your corner who are not only there for the good times, but will challenge you when you're at your lowest. Start by seeking out individuals who inspire you. These are the mentors, peers, or friends who share your vision or encourage your growth. Look for people who believe in your potential even when you struggle to believe in yourself. Create a group that holds you to the highest standard, not just in words but in actions. These are the people who will give you tough love when necessary and cheer you on when you succeed. Ask yourself this: have you found your tribe? Who are the people who truly believe in your potential and will challenge you to rise to your best self? You might have to step outside of your comfort zone to find them, but trust me, it's worth it. Build your circle of strength, because this is the support system that will carry you through the toughest times and help you celebrate the greatest victories. Accountability isn't just about having someone in your life who checks in every now and then, it's about consistency. Regular check-ins are essential for keeping your goals front and center, ensuring you stay committed even when life throws curveballs. Set weekly check-ins with your accountability partner or with the members of your support circle. These check-ins don't need to be long, but they should be intentional. Take the time to discuss your progress, address your challenges, and map out the next steps. It's a moment to reflect, adjust, and keep moving forward. Ask yourself this: how often are you checking in with your progress? A single conversation could be the spark that keeps you moving forward when things start to feel stagnant. Those check-ins hold you accountable in a way that motivates you to take action. And that momentum, it's what transforms your dreams into reality. So don't let those check-ins fall by the wayside. They are the glue that will keep your commitment to your goals intact day in and day out. Let me leave you with this: you don't have to do this alone. Build your support system, get the accountability you need, and take action day by day. With the right people in your corner, you'll push past every challenge and reach heights you never thought possible. Stay accountable, stay committed, and your success will follow. Don't wait until tomorrow. Right now, make the decision that you're going to start your day with intention. Commit to it. 1 minute, that's all it takes. 1 minute to make the decision to move forward. 1 minute to take that first step. And 1 minute to set the tone for the entire day. You don't need a perfect moment, because that moment will never come. What you need is the courage to begin now. Think about it. How many times have you found yourself stuck in the idea of waiting for everything to align before you act? But the truth is, it doesn't work that way. If you wait for everything to be perfect, you'll never start. You'll keep delaying, and those dreams, those goals, they'll remain out of reach. So I'm asking you, what are you waiting for? The power is in your hands, right here, right now. This moment is all you need to start making the change you've been longing for. Are you ready to take that first step? Because that's how it all begins. The journey you want to walk starts with one small step today, not tomorrow. I'm telling you, this tiny habit you're about to start is going to change everything. It may seem small now, but don't underestimate it. 1 minute, just 1 minute, will lead to another minute, then another hour. And before you know it, you'll have a day, a week, and a month of progress. It's the power of consistency, the power of showing up every day. Transformation doesn't require huge, dramatic steps. It requires the willingness to start small. Imagine this: 1 year from now, you'll look back at today, the day you decided to begin, and realize that everything changed because of that one tiny habit. That small moment of action, that commitment to a new routine, is what will unlock your future. Can you see it? Can you picture that future self looking back and realizing how much you've grown? The key is simple. 1 step, 1 minute, and the transformation starts. Are you ready to unlock that future? Are you ready to make today the beginning of your new journey? Now go and do what you were meant to do. It's time to step up. You've got this. You are unstoppable. Don't let this moment slip by. Take action today and watch how everything begins to change for the better. You have the power, you have the strength, and you have the potential. This is your moment to rise. The decision is yours. Will you step up and take control of your future, or will you let this chance slip away? The time for change is now. Take that first step, because the future is waiting for you. It's time to own it. It's time to act. Will you rise to the challenge? The choice is yours. Let's go. Remember, this tiny habit is your key to becoming unstoppable. It's the simple action that leads to massive results. Don't underestimate the power of small beginnings. That 1 minute you dedicate today will compound into hours, days, and weeks of consistent progress. Over time, this seemingly small habit will shape the course of your entire life. The truth is, big change doesn't always come from big steps. It starts with a single, intentional move. When you take action now, even if it's small, you lay the foundation for something far greater. 1 minute today could lead to a life transformed tomorrow. Can you feel the power of that tiny habit? Can you see what it can unlock for you? If you can, then you are already on the path to unstoppable progress. Today is the day you begin. Today is the day you take control. And today is the day you start building momentum towards becoming the best version of yourself. Don't wait for the perfect time, because the perfect time is now. This moment right here is your opportunity, your chance to take that first step. Every decision you make today determines the future you'll have tomorrow. How much longer will you wait to become the person you're meant to be? The truth is, there's no better time than now. You don't need to wait for everything to be perfect. You don't need to wait for the stars to align. The stars align when you act. When you take control of your future today, you are shaping the life you want to live. You have the power right here, right now. Take the first step. It doesn't matter how small, just move. The journey you want to take starts with this very moment. Start now and watch how everything shifts. Your future is waiting for you to step into it. So go ahead, step up and take control.